Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today's video is going to be a grocery haul. It's mainly from Lidl, where I spent €65 in Lidl, and then I went to Aldi and only spent €5. So total grocery shop was €70. I'm going to take you on through it now because it's my first one of these videos and I hope it could benefit some of you guys. So the first thing we're going to look at is yogurts. Now, I'm back on the Skyer yogurts or Skier, whatever way they're pronounced. So I'm after picking up like 7 of these. They're $1.39 in Lidl. And the thing I love about these yogurts is not only are they advertised as a protein yogurt, but also the sugar content in them is quite low. So as you can see, obviously blueberry is a favourite of mine. I'm after picking up 4 of them. And then we got 2 strawberry, 1 raspberry. And the reason why I love yogurts is because there's just such a handy way of getting in protein. You know, you can take them anywhere with you, provided you get a little plastic spoon. And they're brilliant. I love them. They're a big part of my diet. Next thing we're going to look at is the pasta. Now we're after going for the whole wheat fusilli here. I hope that's how you pronounce it. And this per 100 grams is 7 grams of fibre and 12.5 grams of protein, which is huge for pasta because a lot of people just go for regular pasta, which is quite low in fibre. So obviously I like to go for that ones that are just higher in fibre. It's a lot better for me. As well, I'm a huge potato fan just because they're lower in calories. So I'm after picking up, I think this is a 4 kg bag of them. I love them. I love having them with gravy. So they're always included in my diet. Next up, we're going to look at the eggs. I love these for breakfast. Now, I wouldn't have them every day because I do find as if eggs are quite sickening sometimes. I wouldn't be one to be able to have them, every single day for 2-3 months on end. However, I would like to have them maybe every second, third day, something like that. So they're also included in my diet. The one thing I will say is if you're wondering why a lot of people often, they take out the yolk in the egg, it's just for less calories. But a lot of the time I'll leave the whole thing in. So that's the eggs. Then we're going to look at these. We had to go to Aldi for these. I love these. If a lot of you have been following me before on my Snapchat name Andy Nevin, I'm a big fan of the bacon medallions. Now they weren't in Lidl, which I was a little bit disappointed about. So to head on over to Aldi, because I can't live without them. And I picked up just 3 packets. I think they're about 135 in there. And the protein content is so high. I mean, look at that per 100 grams. 37 grams of protein. It's absolute madness. And I love them. They're very tasty as well. You can dip them into some barbecue sauce or whatever. So we'll go ahead and we'll take you through the other meats that we got. The table is really clearing up now. I better make some space. So I'm after going for the fresh Irish turkey breast, and you can put it in a stir fry. The reason why I love this is because it's a lean meat. Now what I mean by this is meats generally they won't have much carbohydrates in them at all, if not anything. This is 0 carb, but more importantly it's very low in fat. So it's all predominantly protein. It's what we want, it's what we love. So I'll generally always go for meats that will be quite low in calories, just predominantly protein, so I can save my calories for the likes of my pasta, for the likes of my potatoes, just so I can have higher carb. Then we're just after picking up 2 packets, 291 grams of just classic chicken breast. Again, everybody loves chicken. Well, the majority of people do. Chicken breasts are a massive part of my diet as well. Finally then, the last piece of meat I picked up was the extra lean steak minced meat. I'll always try and go for 95% lean. With this, just 5% fat. This has per 100 grams 5.6 grams, so that's good enough for me. So yeah, I love having this with a little bit of Dolmio sauce or something like that. So we're going to go on now. Actually, look, what I'm after leaving out is the turkey burgers. I love these. I used to get them in the butchers and they were flavoured, but I could just put my own little seasoning on them. Again, what I love about these is they're quite low in fat, high in protein. They're lean meats. It's what I love. It's what I always had. So moving on now, this is the fruit that I got. Now I'm not huge into fruit, but I do enjoy it. I love bananas because they're cheap and they're just handy for a grab and go. So I love having them. We'll just pop them on up over here. Then again, these are probably my 2 favourites. Strawberries and blueberries. Blueberries are very underrated, I think. They're very, very tasty. And if I am going to have a smoothie, I don't mind throwing them in because I quite enjoy them. So that's the fruit. And then look, this is what we have if we're having the milk in the smoothie. We're going to go for the protein, low-fat Irish milk. I don't drink a lot of milk in general, but when I do, it's protein milk. So yeah, that's what I'll have in my smoothies if I'm going for it. I'm after picking up these. Now I generally don't have these, and I just seen them and I said, you know what, I'll give them a go. They're very much like that Nocco drink that's going around, that I see a lot of the fitness heads drinking. They're just a BCA drink, and this is lemon and lime. So I'm gonna actually, you know what I'll do? I'll taste it now and see what it's like. So I've not had one before, so I'll crack open a can. A good bit of caffeine in it as well, 180 mg. It's a little bit like 7-Up. But it's obviously not as tasty. It's drinkable, but you know what? I think they're €1. Actually, going on that first taste, hang on. Maybe they'll be nicer in the fridge. I don't know. They're not that tasty. I probably won't buy them again. I just wanted to pick them up. They're sugar free, obviously. Then we're going to move on to some of the essentials. We just got some baked beans. Absolutely love beans. Huge fan of them. Find them really tasty and love adding them to meals. Here's the barbecue sauce I was talking about that I love to have on the turkey burgers. Now, with the barbecue sauce, it is really high in carbs and at that sugary carbs. The only thing is, I'll just have a little bit of it. I won't, go overboard. I'll just have a little bit, enough to enjoy it, but enough not to go overboard on the sugar. As you can see, I was talking about the Dolmio sauce for the pasta. There we go. I picked up 2 of them as well. Really enjoy that pasta sauce. I think sometimes if you go for the cheaper pasta sauce, it kind of ruins the whole meal if it's not nice. So that's why I love the Dolmio. You know what you're getting. It's tasty and you're not risking it. We've got the gravy as well, obviously. I really love gravy. I have to have it with my potatoes, and I love spreading it on my veg as well. Huge gravy fan. Right, here's 2 things I really want to show you now. This is the lighter than light mayonnaise. Now, if you're looking to lose weight, you've got to be obviously in that caloric deficit. And one of the best ways to do that is, really have a look at what you're eating, and then in terms of your sauces. So where a lot of people go wrong is they'll get the real mayonnaise, which is quite high in calories. For me, I'll always go for the light mayonnaise, and if I can, I'll get the lighter than light mayonnaise. 9 calories per tablespoon. I don't even want to make a comparison with real mayonnaise. If you just made that swap from real mayonnaise to lighter than light, it's 80 cents as well, by the way. 80 cents in Aldi for this 513 gram tub. If you just make that swap, you're gonna be lowering your calories quite a bit. Also picked up this Kia Ora. I do find it quite tasty. This is actually really low in sugar as well when it's diluted. It's got the no added sugar. If ever I am going for dilute, whether it's Kia Ora, My Waddy, any of the cheaper stuff in Lidl's or Aldi, it's always going to be no added sugar, just because I know it's something to look out for. Look, you can just see it there on the corner. But there's going to be sneaky calories in there. And the last thing for me, I hate consuming my calories through drinks. I prefer to just get it through foods. Fills me up, and I just prefer it all around. So that's what we have this side. Also, I didn't pick this up, but this is what I cook with, Fry Light. We had it in the house here already, so there was no need to pick it up, but that's the stuff I cook with. A lot of people love the coconut oil. That's fine. But you have to remember there's such a difference in calories in the Fry Light and coconut oil. Coconut oil is quite high in calories, and if you're having 5 to 10 grams of coconut oil every meal, 7 days a week, that's going to clock up quite a few calories, as opposed to a couple of sprays of this. You're going to be, again, saving yourself a lot of calories there that you can have for food. All around, I'll be going for the Fry Light myself. Then we're going to go on to bread. Okay, so if you do follow me already, you'll know that I love bread and I love carbs. But the thing that I'll always look for in foods that are high in carbs is the fiber content. Today I picked up these gluten-free multigrain rolls. Now, I don't have a gluten intolerance, but I seen the back of them, I seen the nutritional content, and I was like, I have to get these. I hope that'll focus in on it there for you. Again, it's really high in fiber and there's quite a bit of protein in it as well. So, and I've had them before, they're actually tasty as well. Next up, we got the 4 wholemeal baps. They're quite cheap. The fiber content isn't as high on these as it is on them. But again, they're actually higher in protein. Pretty decent macros. Anything I'm going for bread wise, I'll be going wholemeal. I hope that'll focus in again for you guys. So yeah, I love having them in the turkey burgers with the barbecue sauce and a bit of spinach, as I'm about to show you in a minute. Makes for a tasty meal, really healthy. Here we go now. This is something that a lot of you can learn from. So we've got bread. And a lot of people will say, oh, I've cut out bread, I'm not having it because I'm trying to lose weight. And personally, I think that's the wrong mentality to go for. You just have to look out for the better options. Now, while you can get bread that has like, you know, lower calories per slice, I just love this one. So it's the Harvest Granary wholemeal one, and the fiber content again is quite high in it. You know, you're talking 3 grams of fiber per 44 grams slice. I'm not too sure if it's going to focus in that again for you guys. But yeah, it's quite decent, and there is 4.7 grams of protein in it. So it's a little bit sneaky in terms of the protein with the bread. That's one. I think it's valued at about 150 in Lidl. It's tasty as well, so I love getting that. As I said, guys, when you're going for the foods that are high in carbohydrates, you have to be getting the ones that are high in fiber. Last up for the bread, we got the 5 wheaten bagels. Again, decent fiber content in them, high in carbs, but we'll just include them with, you know, we can have some bacon medallions in here. Again, maybe with some lighter than light mayonnaise and some spinach. Again, it's a tasty, quick, handy meal. You know, throw the bacon medallions on the George Foreman, spinach ready to go, toasties if you want. 5 minutes we're talking about, you know, you're getting a really good meal in there. So lastly, we're going to take you through my forms of veg. Here is the spinach I was talking about. I think it's valued at about 140 in Lidl. Love adding it just for volume into the likes of the bagels, into the likes of the baps, into the likes of the rolls, even in bread. You know, it really does fill it up, and it makes it seem huge. Which is huge as well. You want to be going for a lot of stuff like spinach, you know, lettuce, if you are looking to lose weight, because it's just going to add a lot more volume to it. So I picked up 2 of them packs, 140 I think for the 2 of them, or for 280, sorry, in total, 140 each. Lastly, I got, or no, not lastly, but coming to the end, we got some salad tomatoes, or tomatoes, whatever way you want to pronounce it. I just love chopping them up and eating them. I don't know, I just love tomatoes. I love to snack on them. Rather than snacking on chocolate or that, I like to snack on tomatoes. And then finally, we have the 2 veggies that I picked up. So, you know, a lot of people that might be criticising me here for not picking the fresh veg, but I just find sometimes it goes off quicker than you expect, and you end up throwing it out, and then you're left without veg at all. So personally, as well as a student, when I was a student, I always went for the frozen vegetables. I just find it was a lot handier for me. You know, they were never in danger of going off. I got the peas there, as you can see, really good fiber content in them. You know, lots of micronutrients, minerals, high in fiber, and then we got the mixed veg as well. So that's really it, guys. You know, they're 1 kg bags. That's really it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I got a real good mix of good carbs in terms of fiber. You know, we got our minerals, we got our vitamins, we got our protein. Not too many fats, because I'm not a huge fat guy. I love carbs, so that's what I really go for. You know, we have some form of fats, but predominantly my diet is high carb, you know, high protein, and fats are kind of as low as possible. That's just what I like to go for, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, share it with a friend, leave a comment if you want, and make sure to catch me over on Snapchat. That's Snapchat Andy Nevin, where you can see me doing all this stuff on the daily. So that's